Hello, everybody watching us afterwards. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat or just ask. I'm going to be looking this direction a lot at my second screen, but I will check in. So first of all, if you do not have a Canva account that is free, because you are a nonprofit, that is step one. Everybody who, I'm going to share the link for how to do that in the chat box. Because you work for a church, which is a nonprofit, you can get a free pro account. So there's different levels of accounts. The general free account, you don't have access to a lot of the like apps and pictures and that kind of thing. If you have a free pro account, you get all of that stuff. And if you have a nonprofit, you get that for free. So if you haven't already done that, even if you have an account already, you can apply to have the fees wiped if you're a nonprofit. So if you don't have that already, look into that. I'm going to share my screen now. Let's see this one. Okay. Can everybody see my Canva? Cool. Okay. So this is what my Canva looks like. This is my home screen. So I'm going to take you through if, for example, I wanted to make a flyer step by step, what I would do. So there's two different choices up here, or three actually. There's my design. So if I was looking for one I had already done, I could look through here. But there's also templates, and that's where the key is. So let's say I wanted to make a Christmas flyer for a Christmas whatever. I would just type that in. And all of these great flyers come up. You can even get a little bit more specific. You can type kids Christmas flyer, and it will give you more. So here are all the templates. Now, if you need something a little bit more specific, like say you need a VBS flyer, Canva, if you type that in here, doesn't have a whole lot of or any VBS flyer templates, but Canva recently integrated AI. So you could go to Canva AI, type in VBS flyer, and it's going to hopefully generate you some ideas. Sometimes it takes a minute. Don't make me look like a fool here, Canva. There we go. So here's your choices that it gives you. If you want more, say you're like, I don't like any of these, you can hit more VBS flyer designs. So Canva integrating AI has been pretty exciting the last couple of weeks. I've been messing around with it. But let's go back to that Christmas flyer. I'm just going to choose this one because it looks cute and I like it. Just hit customize this template. And here you go. This is what your template will look like. All of these elements are customizable for your event. So you could just click on them, type in what you need. You can move any of these around. And the great part is if you move it and it gets a little misaligned, you can just hit position, center, and it goes right back to the center. That is a game changer for me because I am not good at putting things level and straight and all the things. You can also say you wanted to keep these two things together. You can click on the first one, hit shift, click on the second one, and group them. And now you can move these all around together. So whenever you are designing anything in Canva, this is called the editor screen. You have this sidebar over here. And this is where all the kind of the magic happens. So the design, this is your template and styles. it'll tell you what the fonts are within this template and what the, oh, sorry, that's my, all those things. So you could change the template here too. If you were like, now I'm looking at this, I don't really like it. You just click here. It'll show you some other options. You can click on it and you can either add it to this design or you can just replace the one you're currently working on. So there you go. Over here in elements, this is where you can add things like shapes, different graphics, stickers, videos, audio. If you were making a presentation or a video, they have a library of different sounds, different music, that kind of thing that you can choose from. Some of these are new. They just did an update, of course, like a week ago. So I'm not familiar with a lot of these, but you can add frames for a picture. If you wanted to add a picture and have it be framed, you can get that. That's all under elements. And of course you can search. So let's say I wanted to add a picture of Santa. I could type in Santa. It'll give me like clip art. It will also give me photos that have Santa in it, or the Bible. I don't know how that one came up, but sometimes the search is kind of funny. It can also have videos, frames, like it'll give you all the things that come with Santa. The next one is, of course, text. That's pretty self-explanatory, but you can add your headings, subheadings, all that. It will also give you suggestions for combinations of different fonts if you want to make it look a little fancier. And once you, of course, click on these, it'll put it into your template, and you can change the words that are there. I'm gonna delete that. And then after font, you have this great little section called brand. If any of your churches have branding to them, like a logo, color scheme, any of that kind of stuff, a specific font that they want you to use, you can upload all of that into here, and then it's set ready to go for any of your things that you're going to make. So you can click on, like, for example, I have all of our logos for our kids programming already preloaded in here. So if I wanted to add, say, our Kids Connect logo, I could just click on it. It's going to enter it here. And I could, of course, make it bigger, smaller, any of that. I'm going to put it over here. And if you have a picture that you inserted, you can go up here, hit BG remover, and it will remove the background. So then you can put it in there without it looking like it takes up a whole square. You can also put your color scheme in there too. This is our color palette for my kids stuff. If you can edit it, add others. This is helpful if your church has any sort of branding guidelines. Uploads, this is where you would upload any of your own pictures. Don't mind the cow picture. We had a petting farm here. That's why we have a cow there. But anytime I do anything and upload my own picture, it adds it to my library. So I can, it's not just for this specific project that I'm working on. I'll be able to access it for any project I have going forward.
Rachel, how does that work? How do you load them up so that you can have them in your library?
Sure. You just hit upload files right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then it should pull up your, just your files like normal. Let's see, I'll go to my pictures, and then
Okay.
I'll just upload this one, and it will add it right there. You do the same thing with video, audio. So like when I've made my videos for VBS, afterwards I upload the audio music from the curriculum to go with it. Designs, I don't really use that one very much, but you can also make folders. Obviously, I don't organize very well on Canva. I just kind of a hodgepodge, but So now
Thank you.
anytime I am doing something and I click over here on uploads, this is all here. Good question. Tools, this is all your normal tools that you would see in, you know, if you were using any sort of editing program. So you select, you can draw, you can add a shape, lines, a sticky note, more text, and then this is a spreadsheet or, you know, so, oops. And then projects, if you were to organize, you could organize all your projects in different folders, designs, that kind of thing. And lastly, this is the one that has all the really cool stuff in it, apps. So I have not explored with all of these yet. There's a lot of different things that you can do, a lot of different AI generated things that you can do in Canva, but there's two I want to show you. The first one is, let's see if I've saved it as my app. Yep. You can search it here under Canva apps. You can just type in QR. There's a QR code generator. So all you have to do is type in or copy and paste your URL. So let's just do YouTube because it's one I can remember off the top of my head. And then you hit generate code and it automatically just puts it into your project. So if you're making a flyer for an upcoming event and there's a registration, there's RSVP, or you just want to make them go to your website for more information, you can generate a QR code without having to use another website and then save that QR code and then upload the QR code. They'll do it right there for you. And again, you can put this wherever you want on here. You can also, yeah, I was going to lie to you. You can't do what I thought you can do. So never mind. We'll just leave it right there for now. The other thing you can do, which I think is pretty cool, not necessarily for a Christmas flyer, but I do this a lot for my VBS stuff because I use the VBS logo for a lot of different flyers, Instagram uploads, that kind of thing. You can take a logo or really any picture. Let's see if I can find my VBS logo really quickly. Oh, we'll do next year's. Okay. So you click on that, put it into the project. I'm going to get rid of a couple of things just so it's easier to see here. So you put the picture, any picture that you want, into the project. If you right click on it, you can hit apply colors to page. And when you do that, it changes all the colors to the elements on the page to match the colors from that logo. So if, for example, when you do VBS, I like everything to kind of matchy, look cute, right? Well, there you go. And if you say you're like, I don't like the way it did this, you can do it again and it will change the colors it selected for certain things. And you can keep doing it until you get a color combination that you like. So that's that one. And then last thing I want to show you on this is, okay, you did your project, you made your flyer, you're like, this flyer is super awesome. This is the like kind of theme I want to go for everything. So this flyers are usually a set size. They're usually a regular 8.5 by 11 size sheet of paper. You can go up here to resize up in the left corner, hit resize. You can select kind of preset sizes. So let's say you want to take this and make it into your Instagram post. Hit social media, hit Instagram post, and then you can either resize this one, but what I usually do is hit copy and resize. It'll make another copy of this, another project, so you can still have both. It's going to take a little bit of time, but it'll resize it for me. And then all I have to do is go in and move things around a little bit to fit the new size. So I'll open up that Instagram post. And this is what it'll look like as an Instagram post. It's pretty good. I don't really have to manipulate anything. Maybe for Instagram, I want to have less words because it's a smaller picture, right, than I would on the flyer. So I can just take out that extra stuff. I can make this logo a little bit bigger. I can, go up here to position, make sure everything's still centered. Looks like it is. And there you go. You have an Instagram post that you can download, put on Instagram right away. I do that a lot because we do, for everything every event we have, we do flyers, posters, Instagram, and then I make a smaller version for our website posting. The little logo that goes on top of the flyer, you can resize to specific measurements. So say I want this for my website, the little like thumbnail size, that's going to be, I'm going to change this to pixels, and I know that's 600 by 400. So then I just copy and resize it. Same thing. It'll take a second, but it will resize this for me. Now that one, because it's so much smaller, I'll have to go in and manipulate probably, but it's a little bit easier. Let's see if I can. No, I don't know where it went. But when you go back to your home screen on Canva, which looks like this, you should be able to see the things that you just did. Usually it's the first thing up here, and now it's going to make a liar out of me. So that's kind of flyers, the basics of how to do that kind of thing. Any questions about flyers? You can use this same idea for things like postcards, posters, really anything you can search. Any questions about that before I move on?
I have a question, and maybe you're still going to answer this yet, but you were talking about how like you'll go to you'll move it then to say your Facebook page or your website. Where do you do that from? How does it go from right here on my screen? I just built this and I want to send it somewhere else.
Yeah, no problem.
How do I move
it? Good question. So once you've got it all set, you go over here to share, click on share, and then you click on download. And then it gives you all the options for how you want to download it. You can, if you're going to put it on Facebook, Instagram, you want to download it as either a JPEG or a PNG. If it's something you're going to print, PDF, there's also PDF standard for emailing. That's how you download it. And you can even select, if it was a multiple page document, you only wanted to print one of them, one page, or if it was a bunch of images, you only wanted one of them, it would let you select which ones to do. The other thing that you can do is if you have someone like, we have a communications person. So sometimes I send her my templates directly so that she can use them, for marketing or whatever. So you can, in this part right here, type in an email address. I'm just going to type in my personal email. And then you can select whether that person can edit the design, can comment on it, or can just view it. And then you just hit share, and it will send them an email directly with the link to this template in it.
Okay.
Another great thing, I don't know if any of you use Etsy or Dandelion Marketplace, Deeper Kidman, any of those places, a lot of times you can buy digital Canva templates if you're looking for something specific that you don't find. And they'll send you the link and you pay for it, you download the link, and it'll send you to Canva a template like this. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you is presentations. So we all know, well, I'm going to make an assumption that we all know how to use PowerPoint. Canva is like, can be like PowerPoint, but cooler. So this is an example of a presentation that I made. You can do the same thing that we did with the flyer, right? You can come over here. You can either hit presentation, that will give you just a blank presentation, or you can go to templates, type in, you know, kids presentation, church presentation, any type of presentation you want, and it'll give you different templates. So this is one I found. This is a presentation I did on, no, that's not the one I want. This is the one I want. On disability for my volunteers. And so this is the template. All I did was type in the words, and it made it, because of the template, it looks like I put a lot of time and effort into it that I didn't put into it, because it already had like the different layouts set. And if you need something that it doesn't give you, you go to the design page. These are all the different design templates. So you could change it, but I'm already using this one. These are the standard layouts that it gives you. There's 11 different ones. You could also go to layouts. Oh, sorry, I did that wrong. Let me do that backwards. I'm going to insert a new page, or I'm going to click on one. So let's say, sorry, why are you? Let's say I have this one, right? I like the idea, but it's not exactly what I want it to look like. So let's go to, hold on. Oh, here we go. It's just taking a second. So if you give it a second, it'll give you different options for similar layouts, but that are slightly different. Same thing with with any of the different ones, it'll pop up different layouts. So you could manipulate it to your own. Yeah, so I could change this. I could click on this one, and it will auto fill in what I had already put into the new template. If you don't like it, you just go undo, go back, change my mind. The really cool part about Canva and their presentations is that they have the ability to record yourself giving the presentation and then send that out as a link, or download it and send out the actual presentation to people. So I use that for my children's ministry volunteer training when I have new volunteers. You know, we do a volunteer training every year, but if you get a volunteer mid-year and you're like, I want them to have all the information, right? So I made this presentation, and you'll see on this one up here where it says present. So I can hit present, and it's going to give you the options that you would normally see. Present full screen, presenter view, present and record. Now under present and record, if you click on that, it will, and then click next, you'll open up the recording studio, and that will allow you, I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's done. It will allow you to record yourself in a little bubble you can see right here on the corner of your presentation. And it will allow you to click through your slides just like you were giving a presentation to someone, and record across the presentation. And then when you're done, you can either share this link that they give you, and anybody can then pull up your recording, or you can download it and then share it that way. So I found that's a helpful tool when you have volunteers that are missing a specific training, or you you want to present something to your trustees board, but you can't make the meeting. Well, here you go. I can just record it and send it to them like that.
Can you go back, please, and show how you got
Yeah.
to the record?
Sure. Yep. I'm going to go back to this
Sorry.
one. No, you're totally fine. You go up here to present.
Okay.
You click on present and then present and record.
Okay.
So you can do that live, obviously, as if like when you are giving a presentation to someone, you can also record it for later use. Or I've just sat in my office and recorded it before. And
Okay.
if you don't worry, if you mess it up, you can just stop it and start it over and start. You do have to start from the beginning, but you can, as you can see, you can delete the recording and record it again. So if you want to update it or whatever, it's not a one-shot deal. I had to try like 7 times before I got this to where I wanted it. Any questions about presentations? There is one more thing, now that I'm thinking about it, I wanted to show you. I don't think it's on this one, so I'll just add a new. You can, I think one of the apps is, you can embed a YouTube link. So it will play right from your presentation. So you don't have to open up. Usually you just copy and paste the link and put it on the screen on your presentation page, and it will just play it right from there. You don't have to go to YouTube from there. So that's pretty neat. Okay.
So Rachel, I have a
Okay.
question. When
Yeah,
you
go ahead.
are recording,
Mhm.
you have to move on the slides in order for you like manually do that, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, you manually change it just like you would if you were presenting it
Got it.
to anybody. But yeah, you just click the button and it goes to
Mhm.
the next one.
Okay.
I'm going to go back to my home screen and I'm going to go, nope. Not what I wanted. So the other thing that Canva templates is pretty nice for is they have a lot of worksheet templates. So if you ever need like a quick worksheet for something, you can either use what they have or you can take it and manipulate it to your own usage. So say you needed something for Noah's Ark. Oh, that was my designs. I need to be in templates. Here we go. So they have a presentation already for Noah's Ark. They have this little finger puppet worksheet. They have a retelling worksheet. So they have all of these already ready to go. You could also take, you could just type in worksheet. And there's all these options that you could, change to be something for whatever you're teaching on. I've also done flashcards. If you want to do a certain type of flashcard, like we did a nature scavenger hunt and I used something like this that was already ready to go, and just opened it, saved it, printed it. Super easy. I have created my own. Like I made this, I have helping hands worksheet, or it was actually an art project where they painted on their hands and put it on the worksheet. Just by taking, I started from scratch and just put the text in there, printed it. Super easy. So you can start from, you go to home, and you want to create a new, you can just create. You can hit create right here. This comes up. You have all the options here. You also have custom size. So if you hit custom size, I always just do 8.5 by 11. And it'll just give you a blank a blank sheet. So if you are creative, I'm not usually creative. I usually have to start with the templates. I don't have a graphic design mind, but it will also pop you up some templates over here, but you can start with a blank sheet. The other thing I really like is I use it a lot for my, my curriculum. When I was using, Celebrate Wonder, I used it a lot because Celebrate Wonder, if you're familiar, has like 10 activities that they suggest every week. What you can do is go to create and then upload files. And let me find it. You can upload your curriculum. Not all of them allow you to do it. Some of them are encrypted, so they don't allow you to upload, but you can upload your leader guides, and it will upload it as a PDF, and then you can manipulate it within itself. So if you want to take out and just give your volunteers, like this is the section that we're doing, you can go through and delete everything else and then just have the section that you're doing, and then download that as a PDF and email that to them. So sometimes the formatting gets a little wonky, but it is an option that I used a lot with Celebrate Wonder.
Okay, can you go back just a second? How did you
Yeah,
start
no problem.
this again? You went to create
And then
you upload it.
upload. Yep. So down at the bottom here,
Okay.
is upload, and then upload files. And then it kind of looks like
Okay.
this. If it's a big file, so sometimes it takes a little bit of time to upload. I'll let it upload and give it some time.
Can I print anything without saving it?
You cannot print directly from
No.
from Canva. You have to download it all, which is kind of a pain if you're doing like 4 or 5 different designs for a specific event. But it's all saved in Canva too. So a lot of times I'll download it, and then once I'm done with it, I'll just delete it off my computer because I know it's in Canva still. And the nice part is that if you say you do the same event every year, like trunk or treat, if you do trunk or treat every year, you can go to the previous years, just change the date and time, and then it's already done for you for the next year. So we are very much like, well, why reinvent the wheel here? So we just will use the same marketing images every year. Okay, so here is what, did it upload here? All right, so it's not gonna show it to me, but yes, you can upload your leader guides up on here. There's one last thing I want to show you, if my internet lets me here. There's a great app on Canva called Bulk Create. And this is a great tool to use when you have, you want to make a lot of different versions of the same thing. So what I usually find it's useful for is name tags, or like name labels for things. So I'm gonna start this one. So you would just search for a template for name tags or labels or whatever you want. Seems like my internet has slowed down here a little bit. Give me 1 second. So this is the name tags. You'll see that there's obviously 4 different spots that you could put names in. So as soon as this loads all the way, here we go. So what you're going to do is you're going to come down here to apps. You're going to scroll down, or you could type in, here it is, bulk create. And you're going to click on that. Now you can do this. I usually use Google Sheets just because it's easiest for me. You could also do this in Excel and save it as one of these types of Excel formats. That's the word I was looking for. But I'm going to use Google Sheets because that's what I usually use. And I'm going to click on whichever type of sheet of information that you want. So I want Canva test because that's the one I was created for this. And you'll see in this sheet that I have 4 different rows of information. Name 1, name 2, name 3, name 4. So however many spots of information that you have, that's how many rows you're going to want. If you were doing an envelope, you would have one that was like name, address line 1, address line 2, address line 3, or whatever it is. Then you just hit done. And then over here, it's going to populate each one of those data fields into a different set. So you see I have name 1, name 2, name 3, name 4. So you're going to click on where you want that information to be. You're going to right click. You're going to hit connect data. And then you're going to hit name 1. It's already selected on mine, but you'll hit name 1. You're going to go over here and do the same thing, right click, connect data, and you're going to hit the next one, name 2. Same thing, name 3, and then last one, name 4. So now that you have all that in there, you're going to go over here and hit continue. You'll see that all of your different data sets have been selected, and you're going to hit generate 4 designs. And you see it popped up. It said 1 design created and saved to my projects. I'm going to hit view design. And it's going to do its magic. And all of my names that I had populated are in here. And that took me, 2 minutes to do. So if you have an ongoing like class list that you have and you're like, I want to make something for the bulletin board that has all their names on it, or if you're like redoing your shelves and you want to do all the toy names, it's an easy way to do that. And they all look the same. Now you do have to, like, this one's too long, so I'll just go in and fix that. But that is an easy way to make things like name tags. Some of the, let me show you this. If you had a template that only had, say, 2 designs on it, then you would just make sure you only had 2 rows of names. You would just put all the names in the same row or in the same 2 rows. Like if you did a name tag like this, you could have a data field for first name and last name. So that's my brief, but probably overwhelming Canva overview. What questions do you have for me?
I wish I had a review right there with me. Like, how do I do this?
I'm gonna put my email address in the chat box. So if you think of anything that you want to, you're like, I have a question. Google is your friend too with Canva. I will say, like, if you're ever trying to figure out how you want to do something, Canva's help is really good. But also a lot of times I found if I just Google how do I do this in Canva, I'll find a easy explanation. So, yeah.
With those name tags,
Mhm.
can you put a template like an Avery template? So when you go to print them on actual name tags, it lines up?
That's a good question. So, yes, you have to kind of manipulate it a little bit, but let's say, I want to do like, I'm just going to say this one. This one is, you can see right here, the size that it is scaled at 3.5 by 2, which I think is the size of a normal name tag for Avery. What you have to do is do all of these, like fill in the names, and then save them as a picture, a PDF or a JPEG. And then there's one of two things you can do. You can either upload them into Word and put them at the right size and shape for the Avery template, or what I've done before is re-upload them into Canva as pictures and then put them on an 8.5 by 11 size design and print it. So, yeah, Canva and Avery haven't figured out a way to interface yet. You would think that there would be, although maybe they have. Hold on, let me look at there might be a template. No, that would be cool though. We should send them a.
I've used Avery has you can just go into Avery
In template maker, yeah.
Yeah, and it's so easy. I use it all the time.
Yeah, I use that too. I just like being able to do fun designs with the Canva.
Yeah.
With that.
You could download what you make in Canva as, JPEGs or PNG files, and then upload those into the Avery templates.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too, Anne. That's how I've done it before.
Yeah. So it isn't a quick, be great if they, created a link between the two sites and you could just say, hey, export these into Avery for me. But yeah, you could, download and then upload into the Avery template.
You just want to make sure that whatever size Avery name tag template you're using is the size you design them in Canva. Because if you design them in that 3 by 2 size or 3.5 by 2 size, and then you're using a larger or smaller name tag, when you upload the image, it's going to distort it on the actual name tag. So whatever size you need, just design it with that size in Canva and then download it and upload it to the Avery template. Hey, Rachel, since we have another minute or two, can you see if your PDF leader guide uploaded, and it'll let you kind of show us how?
Oh yeah.
I know that I asked you personally about this, and I got it to work once, but I can't get it to work with all my PDFs, and so I'm just curious to see how you
Yeah, some PDFs don't. Hold on.
I've also used I have edited PDFs in something else, Adobe maybe.
Doesn't want to show it to me, but I know I uploaded it. I think it had a moment. Let me try.
That's okay. It's okay.
I would click
What's that?
one that was untitled document. A lot of times when I've done it before, that's how it comes up. It doesn't show like a main cover page.
Yeah, mine, it always, yes. But hold on. I'm gonna try, let me upload a smaller one. Or now that my internet seems to be going a little bit faster again, let me see if I can get it. Oh yeah, there we go. Now it's gonna load. Okay. It's not gonna do it for me, but Rachel, we can
That's
talk.
okay. Yeah,
I can show you a different time.
for sure.
Yeah, a lot of times, the bigger ones like that, it'll upload it into like the text boxes will all be separate, and then you can just delete or move around as you want. Any other questions?
I don't have a question, but I have a comment. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. I'm an avid Canva user and I learned several things today, so thank you.
Oh, good. Good. I'm glad that it was helpful. I hope everybody got at least one thing that they can take away from this, because I love Canva. Like I said, I use it for everything. You can see from my home screen here that I've got wedding shower stuff. I've got stuff for my chorus. This is our logo for our upcoming contest. And I just typed into AI, give me a music note made out of a candy Buckeye. And that's what it came out with. Because our contest is in Columbus, Ohio. So we were like, so AI is, sometimes it's useful. Oh,
Rachel,
Yeah.
can I add one thing to your
yeah.
presentation? One thing that we discovered with Canva recently is the print with Canva feature, which is actually really nice.
Oh, yeah.
So what's nice about that is, if you do it through Canva and they have to ship it to you, the prices are really reasonable, but they come very fast and the quality is really good. But what I love about it is, certain designs they will send to your local FedEx or your local print shop. It just depends on what the design is. So that's really nice because we've printed a lot with Canva in Ann Arbor and we just walk down the street to FedEx and pick it up in 3 hours. So that's a cool feature too. You don't always have to download it and print it in-house at your church or send it away if you're like printing business cards or Christmas cards or something like that. You can do the print with Canva feature and it'll still sometimes utilize like one of your local print shops, which is really nice feature.
That's a good point. Thanks for bringing that up. So that you would find that under, if you go, so here's my flyer again. If you go up to share, you have the download option. And then you also have this option right here, which is print with Canva. If you click on that, it will give you like all the options for how you want to print it. Now, I don't know why this is obviously a flyer, why it gives me a tote bag option first, but don't question the Canva. So you can just go down and find whatever you want to print it on. Hopefully at some point it will just be regular paper. And then it'll give you the options for how many and what type of paper, that kind of thing. When you click on that, it will also take you here and it'll say, okay, if you're printing this design on, I clicked on letterhead, but this is the size it should be. And this is what it will look like. And you have a chance to fix it before you print it. So I did that for my sister's bridal shower invites and it was super easy. We've also gotten our business cards from there. So yeah, fast, easy, and comparatively affordable compared to, printing it anywhere else.